Find the gifts Dad craves at Lowe's. Right now, you can save on select Skill Power Core 12 tools that feature 25% longer runtime and have patented cooling technology. Save $10 off the Skill Power Core 12 brushless drill driver kit, now just $59.98. Or upgrade Dad's toolbox and save $30 on the 5-tool brushless combo kit, now just $169. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Offer valid 6/9 through 6/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z. Or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming up, the exciting return of Who Sucks Less, but first time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com. Got over. Damn. Our question, what made the situation awkward or cringeworthy? Couple from today's question. Bicholas, I had a kid just after my 19th birthday, so most of my friends were just other dumbass teenagers like me. We made terrible jokes about my baby like she was the harbinger of the apocalypse or was a prom night dumpster baby, like the Seth MacFarlane bit. As little baby Violet grew, I would threaten her that if she wasn't good enough, I would throw her in the dumpster to live with a rat king. It was hilarious up until she was 4 and being a pain in the ass in a line at Target. This was her first time having one of those throw yourself on the floor type fits. Oh, boy.
As I reached down to pick her up and just leave, she screamed, "No, Mommy, don't throw me in the dumpster again."
Oh, jeez.
We didn't buy a thing. I just left with my head hanging low and a screaming toddler over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Good times.
That's from Serena in Seattle. Let's see, all the guys, my college, my girlfriend, now wife, was drunk at a bar, saw a guy she hated from high school, decided to take a swing at the back of his head. I caught her arm to stop it, but he turned around in time to see the end of it. He knew she was drunk and that I was about twice his size, so he chose not to say anything, just walked away. A couple hours later, different bar. I cram into a cramped little bathroom with only 2 urinals. He was next to me in the next one. Dead silent the entire time we were both in there, basically shoulder to shoulder, awkward as hell. Wife and I have been together 23 years now. She could still probably knock someone's ass out if she wanted to. Love her to death. Stay classy, guys. Our guys, hold up. Every year, my girlfriend and I abandon our families to go to our girls' weekend away, and I can't say that one, Rose. We'll just say it's a women's retreat. Last summer, we rented an Airbnb in the Leavenworth area. We arrived Thursday and, of course, immediately started drinking and smoking. We were highly entertained by how crowded this little cabin was. Like so much stuff in there. We might have even applied googly eyes on many of the items in the cabin. Next day, I was curious to see if they'd made the Airbnb listing with all the clutter, so I went back to check our reservation. I noticed that the hot tub in the reservation we had made was in a completely different spot than the hot tub in the cabin that we were staying in. Well, I quickly pieced together we were in the wrong Airbnb.
Oh, Jesus.
And had been there for nearly 24 hours. We discovered that we were supposed to be in the one next door. So 8 of us scrambled to move right before we're caught. A little while later, one of our late-night ladies arrived, and we told her about all the things in the cabin. So I took her over to show her, and the owner of the cabin caught us about to go in. I fell on my sword and told him our mistake. He laughed at us and said we could have stayed if we wanted. Because the deck in the hot tub in the clutter-filled cabin was better for a large group, we all moved back, stoned and drunk. After 10 years of crazy memories, this is by far the most awkward. But there are probably still googly eyes everywhere. I love you guys bunches. That from Rose in Tacoma. As we move on to the birthday emails, guys, I want to wish a happy birthday to Cynthia, a.k.a. Cindy, reaching 26. She puts up with my S, and I can't ask for anything more from a woman like that. Here's to many more, babe. She would love to hear Mickey Mouse and Captain Crunch talk about the glorious days in the 90s, along with some wise words from Miles. Thank you, gentlemen. Stay beautiful. Sincerely, that from Brett.
I'm not sure there was so many glorious days in the 90s. There was a lot of tragedy. People were really down, and the music was dark. But hey, if you like street drugs, it was a great time.
Ooh, I do like street drugs, and you're right. It was a fantastic time. That was the first time that the Quaker Oats man revealed to me his penchant for Benoit balls. Most people wouldn't expect that from him, but he says the oats make him horny. And also Aunt Jemima got vaginoplasty back then. Good times. Crunch berries.
Jesus. All right, Cindy. Let's see here. Cindy, always remember to try and be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Unless, of course, you can be a bolt of lightning, striking some dumbass hiding under a tree. Then be that. Pacholos, I want to wish my beautiful wife, Ashley. No, pronounced Princess a happy 40th birthday. She's an amazing mother of 4, manages a goat farm, and still has time to put up with my dumbass. Can she get she wants a D, an andro penis, and the captain talking about the joys of breeding goats in the lovely state of Ohio. Thanks, guys. That from Paul.
She wants a D, and she's going to get one.
Andro penis.
Well, it's funny. I misunderstood what they meant when they said, would you like to help us breed goats? But I am responsible for a new species of man, goat. Crunch berries.
Guys, can you all please wish my old coworker Jim a happy birthday with a fish sandwich? Your choice. I'm sure he's listening while he's driving the company truck around delivering car parts. I love you guys, and happy 50th. I've faithfully spent about 40 years with you guys at KISW. Thanks, that from Lori.
A fillet of fish sandwich.
Guys, 41 and still kicking today. Happy birthday to me, Enrique, the old man, according to my stepkids. How about your penis is too small? Guys, requesting a birthday shout-out because my stepdad, a.k.a. Brain Dead, doesn't know how to do email. So I'm going to do it for myself. I made it to 48. Woo! Please play a big old bong rip, a suck it up cupcake, and a drop the beat. Y'all rock, and happy to spend another year with you guys. Rock on, that from Karen.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Drop the beat.
Good day, gentlemen. I want to give a birthday shout-out to my cousin Angela. She's 50 today, is aging like wine. Could you get some turtle wax with an Obama in the paws and the dirty Germans talking about celebrating our birthday like it's 1999? I'll love you with all my heart, cousin. Never stop being you. From your big baby cousin, Manuel.
Drop the beat.
Yeah, you want to party like it is 1999, like the Little Prince, man. After eating pancakes, we need two more people to join us to do the 1999 position. That would be the skinniest person up front.
Yeah, they all look sexy in their blouses, too. So, she wants to party like it's 1999. So, we're going to need a blunt and a 40 ounce. So, that's what most of us in Germany were doing in 1999.
Yeah.
All the guys, Thrill, I'm not sure if you remember drinking Bloody Marys after the Foo Fighters show at the Gorge in 2015 at the campground with my aunt. But you literally made her life that night. If you do remember and want to throw something in, that'll be great. I hope you can give Aunt Wee a birthday shout out. She listens to your show every day, celebrating a big milestone today. Please don't mention how old. If you could have the Dirty Germans wish her a happy birthday along with a fish sandwich, that would be great. That from Katie and Taylor.
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't even like Bloody Marys. That means your aunt must be very, very hot. And I wanted an excuse to hang out.
Yeah, it was the first thing I thought was, it's the nighttime Bloody Mary? He says, she must have been in a good spot as of that show.
Yeah, it is the Gorge.
Yeah, right. I know. I was picturing you be like, hey, hell with it, give me one.
Bloody Marys.
Yeah. Who's also drinking Bloody Marys at night?
Her aunt.
Sorry.
So it's very nice.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Somebody who enjoys heartburn.
Yeah, well, she drinks the Bloody Mary at night, so you know she's dirty.
Yeah, that's a sign.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Think about a couple extras. Olabich has found some Men's Room Original Ale at the Big 76 station on 196th and Leadwood. Woo! Thank you. If you find the beer, shoot us an email. Let us know so we can get the word out there. Live day on Odyssey. Mike, you might be able to answer this question. Guys, will you be archiving live day on Thursday and posting on Odyssey? I cannot attend and work nights, so I can't listen live either. That from Kel in Cali.
Yes.
We will be. Okay, very good. Speaking of,
You guys need to go to the Little Cy restaurant in North Bend. They have a bartender that will flip you S and pours an awesome drink. Her name is Denise.
All right.
You guys will love her. You never know. We've ended up in just about every bar in that town.
That is very true.
On the weekend. And one more from our sit and spin yesterday. We had in honor of the Solid Gold 70s Live Day, we had the 10 worst songs of the 70s.
Yeah.
And one of those was from Minnie Riperton. And the song was Loving You with the Birds.
Loving You.
Yeah, that one.
Ooh,
it's easy because you're beautiful.
Just a dream come true.
Those birds. Why are the birds there?
So the email is about Minnie Riperton.
Because it's a lovely day.
And it says, guys, the Minnie Riperton song was inspired by, written for, and sung to her daughter, Maya Rudolph. SNL's Maya Rudolph.
Really?
Yeah. That's from Bullet Bob. Who knew?
Well, since it's for a kid, it's not as bad.
Exactly.
But do you think she screeched like that at her kid?
She did a lot of bits with Kristen Wiig. She was in that.
I know who she is.
Sorry, she looked perplexed. My bad.
I thought Maya Rudolph's mother was somebody else famous. That's why I was like,
I know her mom was famous. I just didn't know her.
Sorry, Mike. I'm not mad at you. You're like, she did some stuff. Like who comes in every Monday and goes, "Did you watch SNL yet?"
I know.
Coming up in just minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. But first,
now the men's room wants to know who sucks less.
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Last. Steve and Phil, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck to some degree, but it's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Now, if you follow KISW on Twitter, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And once again, we go international. We will start domestically in the state of Utah. Then we move to Minneapolis. And then finally, we head across the pond to Great Britain. So let's get to Utah. We covered this story either earlier this week or last week. But a Utah doctor is facing 3 criminal charges after calling in a false report of hypothermia to get a helicopter ride off of North America's tallest peak. 47-year-old Jason Lance, he called for help after climbing more than 17,000 feet up Mount Denali, formerly known as Mount McKinley up in Alaska. He told park rangers that he and 2 other people that he was traveling with could not descend safely because of early hypothermia and shock, and asked for a helicopter to retrieve him. Now, because medical shock is a serious and potentially fatal condition, keep in mind he's a doctor, so he knows this, a helicopter was launched by the Denali National Park Service without alerting Lance, but it quickly turned around because guides informed the rescue crew that the climbers, they were descending on their own powers. The helicopter got there. They see them going down, so neither one of Lance's travel companions had suffered from any form of medical shock or hypothermia. 2 climbers told rangers that they had spent hours trying to convince Lance to descend. But Lance insisted that the 3 stay put, telling the other climbers that the National Park Service was obligated to rescue them because, quote, "we've paid our fee." That's not how it works. Anyway, rescue crews were initially called by Lance when one of his companions suffered a fall. That was legit. Later, he used a Garmin satellite phone to call the rangers again, this time for himself and the other climbers. The actual reason he asked for help was because he didn't have the necessary equipment to descend. So he's now facing 3 misdemeanor counts, interference with a government employee, violating a lawful order, and making a false report. So here you're on the mountain. It's 17,000 feet.
You still want to walk down.
I get it, but it's 17,000 feet. You knew what you were getting into, right?
Yeah, you don't walk up. You don't want to walk down.
Well, now we go to Minneapolis where, let's face it, freedom, it means different things to different people, but no reasonable person wants you to have the freedom to do what this guy did. 44-year-old guy named Frank Towers, he got arrested in Minneapolis on Friday after he got naked at the airport and started masturbating. Then he got into it with a TSA agent and threatened to kill him. And when the airport police told him to stand down, he refused because, quote, "it's a free country."
That's a different kind of bag tag.
Now, when they confronted him, he just picked up one of those posts that holds the ribbons, right? And he started swinging it around like a weapon. He swung it around, and then he finally threw it at an agent. The cops confronted him, and that's when he dropped the "it's a free country" line. They eventually had to tase his ass. They didn't even know about the nakedness and the masturbation until they checked security footage later. They also found footage of him punching and headbutting TV screens, and he threw a chair at one point. Anyway, he's facing felony charges for threats of violence and 4th-degree assault.
Okay.
And finally, we have an Englishman who's dubbed Silent Man. He's caused numerous traffic jams in his home city over the last 7 years by simply standing in the middle of traffic. But because he never says a word, no one has any idea why he does it. So ever since 2014, David Hampson, he's entered traffic by standing in the middle of the road in the exact same spot. The 51-year-old is subject to criminal behavior order, which forbids him from obstructing any public highway in England. Anyway, else, but judging by his past action, he doesn't care much about that. In 2018, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for blocking the road in exactly the same spot as always. And it was just outside of a police station. And as always, he refused to offer any explanation or say anything at all. The same thing happened last time he decided to block the road in December of 2020. So now he's finally facing charges. Now, because Silent Man has never once talked to anyone about his motives for constantly blocking traffic in the exact same place, no one has any idea why he does it. Witnesses, including police officers, they recently told the court the guy can 100% talk. They even described him as a very polite man who would say thank you after getting what he asked for, please when he needed something. Anyway, the judge finally ordered a psychiatric report of Hampton's actions, but he refused to speak to doctors. He also asked for his medical records to be handed over to doctors in hopes of finding answers, basically, for why he does what he does. All right, so he just stands in this one part of a major highway, blocks traffic, not every day, but at least once a month, for 7 years, and refuses to tell people why. The guy in Minneapolis, yeah, he lost his mind. He threatened a TSA agent, but they found out before that he was naked and masturbating. And then we have the doctor from Utah who was in Alaska that called in the fake hypothermia condition to get a free, not free, but a helicopter ride off the mountain.
This is a tough one, I think.
It is. I feel like they're all kind of the same for different reasons.
They suck, but it's just kind of hard to determine which one sucks the least.
Wow. Yeah, because you're right. I could make an argument for any of them sucking the least. Who do you want?
I think in this instance, the guy in Minneapolis, he probably sucks the most. First of all, he's naked and he's masturbating in an airport.
That is correct. Although apparently no one saw him.
Well, he's still breaking televisions, headbutting them and everything.
Actually, someone had to see him because they saw it on video. Right? They don't put videos in the bathroom, so obviously he's somewhere public.
He just might have been in a corner.
Tried to kill a TSA agent, then threw one of those poles with the dividers on it at the person. So that's physical violence.
That's a big, heavy-ass pole, too, yeah.
Now, as far as the doctor, I don't know what the hell anybody would be doing on Denali if they didn't feel like that they were physically fit enough to be in that position.
It's a round trip.
You just can't go to Denali and get in a trip. You have to have some previous experience in mountain riding. You have to do some other mountains. Rainier is one of those that's included. Like, you need to know what the hell you're doing. So the fact that he just bailed for no reason, he shouldn't even be up there. But search and rescue, I mean, that's what they do. He's going to end up paying for that.
He will.
So I'm going to have to say the man in England dubbed Silent Man. I don't live there. He ain't blocking my roadway. I don't care. He sucks the least. He's obviously nuts.
See, I'll go to the opposite. I'll say the doctor sucks the most because somebody could have been really injured and needed that helicopter ride. Right? And he's just being a jackass.
Sure. Okay.
And then I'll take the guy in Minneapolis. Sure. He's naked, masturbating in an airport, but it was caught on camera, so I'm guessing he was somewhat discreet. And then he's just having a bad day. If the guy in Utah knew what he was doing, just decided he was rich enough or didn't care enough that he didn't have to walk down. Like the guy in England, that seems innocent, but people could get really injured. Whereas the guy in the airport, he's having a rough day. I don't know. It's a free country. He's been on social media. Everybody keeps telling him he's out there living it.
I agree, oddly, that he sucks the least. The guy in the mountain just irritates me. I don't know if it sucks that bad. It just annoys me. But the dude in England, like, it's not the worst thing, but everyone hates traffic.
Yeah.
And if the same traffic problem, it's not a broken down car. It's not someone with a bad, but it's just a dude standing in the road, and he won't say anything about it.
I mean, you're right. Traffic is the international, I don't care what language you speak, whatever. You might have a sworn enemy that you hate, but if you're like, you hate traffic? Like, yeah, I hate traffic.
Hell yeah, of course.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you follow KISW on Twitter. You are listening to The Men's Room.
En Lowe's tenemos grandes inventarios disponibles en cientos de productos que los profesionales necesitan todos los días, como tejas, concreto, madera y más. Y ahora te los entregamos al día siguiente directamente en tu obra. Empieza hoy y ordena en línea o visita el mostrador para pros en tiendas. Disponible de lunes a sábado en artículos selectos en inventario solo en el área metropolitana de Charlotte, sujeto a disponibilidad. Para pedidos hechos antes de las 4 p.m. Más detalles en el mostrador para pros.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
If 2020 has taught us anything, it's to take nothing for granted. So when you expect hot water and get cold, when you expect the shower to drain and it doesn't, when you turn the furnace on and it won't start, stop freaking and call Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. 1-800-FREAKIN'.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
Coming up in just minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, the Census Bureau says that the country's center of population has moved west about 12 miles and officially is in Hartsville, Missouri.
What did it used to be, St. Louis?
Believe so, yeah, right around that area.
I'm not sure I understand the dynamics of this.
So it's basically...
It's just physically, right? In the middle of the country.
Right, the population center. They actually did.
The population. Got you. Okay,
right.
All right.
So basically, if you were to put the population, the country on a balance beam, it's where that tipping point would be, where the exact center is.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. It says that town in Denmark spent $150,000 to remove trash from a beach.
That seems. I don't know. Is that expensive? Was that a lot of?
I don't know, to be honest with you. That seems
like a lot of trash.
They also then just dumped it all in the ocean.
So they cleaned up the beach, put it back in the... Doesn't that seem like it's just coming back?
You'd think, Ted.
Probably too cold to go to the beach in Denmark.
Right?
I shouldn't say that. They probably have a summer.
A 38-year-old man in Boston went to the ER after having a seizure and found out that he was living with a tapeworm in his brain and had been for the last 20 years. It's,
how did it get to his brain?
I'm not positive.
No, yeah.
You know, you hear about how you get tapeworms in and they just kind of live in your stomach there or in your intestines. I'm not entirely positive where they go. But I don't know if they travel through like the bloodstream and then it just catches somewhere in your brain. I don't know where it has room to grow in your brain after it gets there.
Yeah, tapeworms are crazy. I don't understand how they get so big inside a body anyhow.
Right.
They're eating you.
Pretty much. See, and I thought they were just eating what we were eating. You know, I thought they were just catching everything on its way through. But if it was living in his brain for 20 years, they're eating something organic in there. So that's fun. Cinnamon Toast Crunch reinventing the wheel again. They're making a Cinnagram Toast Crunch. So basically, it's graham cracker flavored.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, look, you know what? Cinnamon Toast Crunch is so delicious. Doesn't seem like you gotta keep messing with it, but
right.
I was also wrong about Reese's adding the PCs to the cup.
Exactly.
Oh, that is really good.
It is. And I sat here on the air and was like, that's too much. You don't need it. And then I had one. I was like, get it.
That's doggone fantastic. Well, and it's one of those things where you can't go wrong. Trying to think of a good example there where the main product is just regular Coca-Cola. It's a fantastic product. It's there and it's consistent. And it's everybody's favorite year after year after year. Well, they keep experimenting with these different flavors just because they can. If we could take a little bit more out of each and every other one, why not, right? So, hell yeah, I'm in on Cinnagram.
Right, it's like everybody's got a chicken sandwich now.
Exactly. Even people that don't need to live off of a chicken sandwich. About half of us have skipped school or work because we're staring at screens too much. The way that I interpreted this when I read it is that basically people are sitting on the couch or in bed on their phones or watching TV or a tablet or something like that. It gets to that crucial point where it's like, we need to get up and get ready to go to work, or we need to get up and go to school, and then they decide, I don't want to. I'm going to call out sick. I need a mental health day.
Yeah. I like that it says screens too much.
Right.
Because forever it was just like, people were like, I don't have a TV. It's like, what's this the difference? You sit at home and look at a laptop all day.
Right. You're on your phone on Facebook all day.
Right. Like, I'm glad you're judgy on people that watch TV.
Right. Exactly.
I told you, I'm at the point anymore now. Like, if I start watching a show, like, I'll put my phone on silent or in the other room.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's hard, especially it's hard to fight the urge sometimes to check, like, ooh, let me check this, let me check that, let me look that up.
Oh, and the worst is this Apple Watch I got.
Oh, yeah.
So I love the watch.
It tells you, yeah.
But I know you can shut off the updates, but that's part of the reason I have the watch, just so I know, but I'm not going to go look. But in that instance, you're right. It's just like, now my wrist is buzzing. I'm like, what in the hell?
And I've taken that page out of your book there. It said, at a certain point in the night, after all the chores are done, after we get home, the dog's walked and all that happy horse pucky, I will immediately just toss my phone onto my bed, and I will leave it there. It'll be there for me in the morning. I don't need it anymore tonight. The rest
your day's done. Like, I watch your TV now to legit veg out and kind of not worry about something.
Exactly.
It's like, I got to see if these drug dealers make it.
Right. That's the worry that I need to have right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always say that's the fun thing about sports, too, is that, especially NFL, for 3.5 hours, you don't have to worry. You just watch these guys and hope they make you happy.
Exactly. Instead of going through on social media and getting all wound up over something that you don't need to, or getting depressed that your friends are posting pictures of a vacation that they had 3 years ago, making pretend like they're still there.
Yeah.
And you can just get depressed watching your football team.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you just have friends that are in Mexico all the time. Miles knows what I'm talking about.
Speaking of which, Miles.
Yes, I do know.
Right, constantly.
Or Vegas.
Good news, Miles. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
This is also the 50th anniversary of a very special menu item. And for one day only.
Okay, I just found out.
McDonald's will be selling the delicious Egg McMuffin for their original price of 63 cents.
Look, nothing else tastes like an Egg McMuffin.
No,
you can go and get a breakfast sandwich at a place, and it doesn't taste the same as an Egg McMuffin. No, they nailed it. I mean, they really did. It's good.
Do you prefer the regular Egg McMuffin, or do you like the sausage Egg McMuffin?
I go back and forth.
But I'm a fan.
To be honest with you, a sausage cheese biscuit, but I think standard Egg McMuffin.
It's the standard Egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
Ted, where you going, man?
I like both, but the sausage McMuffin with egg to me is the best breakfast item anywhere, any fast food.
Mr. Hill,
give me the sausage.
I'm with you guys.
You know, I would like though, man. McDonald's, if you're listening, hello. Side of hollandaise dipping sauce with that bad boy. You're somewhere close to a Benny already with ham on an English muffin, egg. You know what I mean?
McDonald's hollandaise sauce.
That's right.
Exactly. Let me have a little dipping sauce. I'm just saying, if you like eggs Benedict, I think you're in my club.
McDonald's hollandaise.
I mean, it's basically that's what the Egg McMuffin is.
Right.
Just without the hollandaise.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm in, man. A new poll found that the average person deals with almost 30 scams a month.
Jesus.
How much stuff are you guys signing up for then?
I mean, I really don't sign up. I know there are people trying to scam me,
right.
the robocalls or the emails, but I don't get involved in any of it.
No, I'm with you. And that's exactly... I'll get maybe one call a month that even tells me potential spam, or it's a number that I don't recognize and I ignore it. My emails, I have long since abandoned my regular email address, and I will comb through there from time to time to see if there's any important emails that matter in there. But the rest of it is all just ads and spam, and I still even then haven't gotten a whole lot of scammers on that, so I don't know where all these scams are coming in.
Did you not get the text ones?
Like once or twice.
Like, your package is out front, just click this link or whatever. So you don't click on it, but I mean, I get those all the time.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I get them on Instagram. I'll get these random, busty women that are messaging me wanting to get a little piece of my action. I just need to provide them with a credit card. And for some reason, Steam gift cards is the only thing that they'll accept as far as payment goes.
Oh,
what's the Steam gift card?
Steam is a gaming platform for PC. You can buy all your
Well, at least you know who's trying to scam you.
They should. Well, and the thing is that she's living on her own and she can't make it, and she can't make this month's rent, so she needs a Steam card. I even called one out. I was like, make that make sense to me.
Come on. I only know you're scamming me because I don't interact with anything.
Right.
Like, I don't do the ordering of stuff. I'm not waiting for... I don't do anything. So if you're like, hey, your so-and-so's here, I'm like, you might have the wrong person.
Right. Please, I'm starving. I haven't eaten in 3 days. I was like, all right, I'll send you a pizza. No, only Steam cards. Like, I'm offering to send you food. How does the Steam card get you money?
But sometimes
what do you mean I'm a scammer?
Are not scamming you, but you believe they are. So like 3 or 4 years ago, you know what booing is at Halloween?
Yeah.
You leave someone candy, but you're not physically present. So someone rang our doorbell. I was wholly unaware of this. Someone rang our doorbell, opened the door. There is like a bag or basket of candy. And I freak out. I threw the whole thing away. I'm going through all this stuff. My wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, some freak comes up and she's like, they're booing. I'm like, what is that? So she explained it to me, and I'm like, well, now I feel bad.
Because I just threw away all this
Because I
good
just
candy.
assumed, right.
Speaking of the holiday season here, Instacart's competitor Shipt just released its first Thanksgiving most forgotten list. So the things that people tend to forget about, they pulled over 2,000 Americans.
Oh, it just had like 3 names on it. John.
My Uncle Gary.
Oh, damn. That one weird kid in the back of your class.
The dog, let him out.
Oh.
They polled over 2,000 Americans and also looked through shopping data from the last 2 Thanksgivings. 61% of Americans have forgotten to buy at least one item for Thanksgiving before.
That's when you do go back to the grocery store twice.
I know.
That is one day of the year that, like the Home Depot, you're going to go back.
I think that's why they're open early on Thanksgiving. I can't believe they make you work. It's like, we're here because you forgot something.
And it's not even that. You think you have plenty of butter or whatever.
Oh, my God. Butter's the one I always go back
to buy it, and you're like, oh, God, man, I need more butter.
I ran out of milk one time. We were making mashed potatoes, and I was looking all through the shelves. We didn't have a single drop of milk in the house. Like, son of a gun. We always have milk in here. How are we out?
You just assume you have milk. It's like ketchup.
Yes.
2 things I just assume are in your fridge.
I don't have milk.
Except you, Ted.
Yeah. So they do give us here the top 10 things that you are most likely to forget. So we've mentioned butter. What else do you guys think would be on this list? What is the highest thing on this list? Place your wages here.
I mean, like what Ted just said, milk for the mashed potatoes. Like, you bought the bag of potatoes.
Right, all the stuff that goes into it.
And then you can back the butter again. I will say rolls.
Rolls, not a bad call. I will also say rolls. Not everything on here is a food item.
Oh, liquor.
Liquor, not a bad call.
Or like the big serving tray.
Big serving tray.
Let me say wine. Try to be nicer.
We got the whiskey. Here are the 10 things that you're most likely to forget. So take notes, gang. Remember these. Number 10 is candles, which, to be honest with you, if I had forgotten candles, they're forgotten.
Yeah, I'm not going to the store for candles.
I don't have a line of fall candles now. I need to up those.
I know.
I still have a couple extra summer, like fresh linen and
sure.
But you can't do that.
No,
if you light a fresh linen, even I would comment on that. Like, Miles, this is the smell of summer. I'm not a big candle guy.
It's ocean breeze. You know what I mean? I don't have the right candles for this time of year.
You're better than that, Miles.
I know.
I've already moved past Macintosh Apple, and now I'm on pumpkin pie.
Let me ask you this, though. Say I visit my family in Houston where the temperature does not change like it does here.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Right? So if it's 75 degrees and they light the ocean breeze candle there.
No, too late.
It's still unacceptable.
I don't live by the ocean, but I light those candles.
The candles should smell like barbecue.
We are already on the apple crisp ourselves.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah,
I already pumped
I'm just
through
glad
one.
I got through the pumpkin face without having one of those.
Number 9, decorations for the table. Again. Yeah,
I guess if you're hosting.
You'd like to have it if you're hosting, but if I forget it, it's forgotten.
That's the one time the table is literally covered in food. Like, there's not even room for a decoration.
No. Not at all.
Like my mom, she would go all out and she would decorate the table for Thanksgiving. And then when 20 people showed up, it was my job to take all the decorations off the table.
Was it you guys that was talking about the problem with the traditional photo of an American Thanksgiving, where everybody's sitting there around the table, there is food coating that table, and then mom comes in with this giant-ass turkey and lays it in the middle of the table? You guys know the problem with that? There's a whole-ass turkey laying in the middle of the table, and nobody's there to cut it.
Right.
And if you've ever cut a turkey ever in your life, no, you're not just going to cut it there on that platter. It is going to bleed all over that table, man. And
it shouldn't.
All over it.
You know, you're right. Any movie you watch for Thanksgiving or Christmas, right, they always carve it at the table.
Right.
It's always the last thing that shows up.
That thing drips,
and then,
man.
You're right. Cut it in the kitchen and bring it out later.
Number 8, plates. You know, do a head count of all the people that are going to be showing up there at the dinner table.
You might be short on plates, but I'd hope you have plates in there. Inevitably, someone ends up with like the cornet paper plate.
I will say this. If you have a large group or a gathering, and you do buy those sectional cornet plates that you can throw away. Now, granted, you're not going to do that every night. It's not the greatest for the environment, but they are compostable. So that's the easiest way to do cleanup, man. It's just to have those big, sturdy,
10,000%,
heavy-duty.
I hear you. But like when I was a kid, like there was specific like plates we only used at holidays.
Yeah, bring out the china.
Oh, no, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And then I'd watch my parents clean up, and that is why now we
you got enough pots and pans to clean up.
Yes.
You don't need to do dishes too.
God, it's a big cleanup.
The silverware is enough, you know.
For us, it's all hands on deck. Soon as dinner's over, everybody in the kitchen, we're all cleaning up, man.
Well, the problem this year is just the immediate family. That means me and my wife.
Yeah, right. Number 7, potatoes.
How do you forget potatoes?
Exactly. That's like one of the best things to have.
Well, I just feel like it's just standard, right? If you got a turkey, you got potatoes.
10 things that you're most likely to think before. You're most likely to forget before Thanksgiving dinner. Number 6, pie crusts. Specifically, the pie crust.
Okay,
All right.
that makes sense.
Right. Get all those ingredients.
Just
okay?
buy the damn pie. Go to the deli. They got a pie. Pumpkin pie.
I have no problem with that.
pie.
But people feel really important at Thanksgiving that as much as can be homemade, like that's the one day.
How about some stovetop stuffing today?
Attaboy.
They'll never know.
No. You're good, man. Number 5.
Man, I'll know. I can tell the difference. You do this? Yes, I did. Instead of potatoes.
Number 5, pumpkin pie spices.
Again, just buy the pumpkin pie.
Just buy the pie, man.
Yeah, I don't know what spices go in it.
Right? I thought everybody just bought filling and they poured it into the pie crust and then put it in the oven.
That is the standard way of making pumpkin pie.
Right.
You assemble it. You don't even. It's like IKEA.
Right.
Here's the crust. Here's the crap in the can. Dump it in.
Pie-Kia, man.
Yeah, Pie-Kia.
Number 4, drinks. So, Ted, you kind of nailed it there on the drinks. You know, get soft drinks for the kids. Get the harder drinks for you.
And remembering soft drinks for the kids, to me, is tougher.
Yeah.
We'll go through the whole drink list and all the stuff we want, and my wife's like, oh, crap. The kids got it. I'm like, oh, right.
Nobody gets mixers.
I got to do it every year when my mom comes to town.
She doesn't drink?
She drinks Coca-Cola. That's her beverage. But I will forget and then be like, damn, like, I'm a fridge full of beer and stuff. I'll be like, I need soda.
Number 3 of the list of 10 things that you're most likely to forget for Thanksgiving dinner is napkins.
Ooh, good call.
Do not forget the napkins. We always use paper towels, though. Like, it doesn't...
Yeah, you need to put the roll on the table.
Exactly.
Grab as needed.
Number 2, spices like thyme or rosemary.
That's always key for the turkey.
Yeah.
The stuffing.
And the stuffing, yeah.
Put everything out on your table that you plan to use the next day. Go through your checklist today, man.
Yeah, for real. and if you stuff the bird, don't forget stuff like celery and onion. Cut in half, stick it in there.
Mm-hmm.
More butter.
And this is the number 1 thing that people are most likely to forget for Thanksgiving dinner. Cranberries or cranberry sauce.
Yep.
I can live with that.
It's such a subtle accent to the Thanksgiving dinner that it makes sense that people would put it in the back of their brain.
I think if you have little kids around, you remember it. Probably the canned version, because that's the one thing you know they will eat when they get picky with everything else.
Right. A woman in Arizona helped deliver her best friend's baby, but then noticed something a little off.
What was that?
I'll test your memory 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hogg. We appreciate it. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile. That's at 206-421-ROCK. All right, have we made it to drinking time?
Find the gifts Dad craves at Lowe's. Right now, you can save on select Skill Power Core 12 tools that feature 25% longer runtime and have patented cooling technology. Save $10 off the Skill Power Core 12 brushless drill driver kit, now just $59.98. Or upgrade Dad's toolbox and save $30 on the 5-tool brushless combo kit, now just $169. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Offer valid 6/9 through 6/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z. Or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.